Okay, then you can start.
Okay.
Yeah, you are the host now. You can.
Yeah, it says recording starts. Okay. Hello everyone. I think there's this disturbance from someone's side. I don't know whose. Can ma'am, can you please mute yourself, Beena ma'am, and
unmuted.
Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to Fun Kids India and also welcome to another episode of Principals Talk Show. Yes, a very exciting episode of Principals Talk Show. And today on the show, we have a lot of principals who I am going to introduce you to. So very first, I'm going to introduce Principal Jyoti Mehra Kakar, Principal Gord's International School, Gord, Yamuna City, Uttar Pradesh. Hello, ma'am. Then we have Nikhat Jaffrey, Principals Birabong High International School, Juhu, Mumbai. Then we have Miss Pratibha Sopori, Principal Springsdale School, Jammu. Then we have Miss Deshali Raut, Academician, Mumbai. And then we have Miss Veena Rao, Education Consultant, Gurugram. Then we have Dr. Nidhi Nijavan, Principal, GT Goenka Public School, Sector A, Gurugram. And then we have Miss Renuka Singh, Principal, Orchids, the International School, Golf Course, Gurugram. And the topic of discussion for today's episode is how to use social media as a learning platform. Yes, the topic of today's discussion is very, very exciting. And we have a lot of principals joining us even right now, because we were supposed to have 7 principals, but a lot of principals are still joining. So we are very, very excited to have you all on the panel. And thank you so much to all of you for taking out such important time from your schedule and coming to the show and doing the show firstly. So thank you so much for that. And now, without any further ado, let's start the session. And shall I begin with my questions now? If you allow?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Good evening, Rajni.
Good evening.
Yes, excuse me because I'm traveling, so can I have a permission to keep my video off?
Yeah, no problem at all.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's start the show then. Ma'am, okay, so firstly, let me start with Beena ma'am. So Beena ma'am, to you, I would like to ask, why do you think that today's generation...
ऑफिस स्मॉल है, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ब्लॉक जो है सारा इकट्ठा ही है एक जगह.
Deepika ma'am, if you can please mute yourself for some. Yeah, now she's muted. Okay, so to Beena ma'am, I would like to know from you. Let's begin with you. So, why do you think that today's generation is hyping social media so much? And what do you think is the reason behind this?
I think social media is there at the click of a button today, and we live with social media 24 hours. We can't do without it. And so do the kids. Learners who are learning in social media are self-focused learners, and they look for answers everywhere, and they can find answers, they can collaborate learning. And in this way, social media encourages them to become independent thinkers. Critical thinking is also there. They solve their own problems. So they learn a lot of life skills, Everything that is there, if it's social media or anything, it comes with the good, bad, and ugly. So let's look at the good and forget the bad and the ugly. And stress on that, because we can't do without it. And what we cannot do without, we have to make sure that we turn the negatives into positives.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so true. So if I come to Jyoti ma'am, so Principal Jyoti, what do you think is the reason behind, this generation? Because even, during the millennials time, when the millennials were teenagers, they had Orkut, Facebook. They used to get excited about, going on social media and all. But this Generation Z and Generation Alpha, they are so much hyping this social media. So why do you think, and what do you think is the reason behind that? Ma'am, you're on mute.
Thank you so much for having me on the platform, and a very warm welcome. A good evening to all the people, the educators on board. It's an important question because very rightly said, the alpha generation is actually hooked to the social media.
Right.
Social media, according to me, is a term that reeks of power and influence. And it is used for so many purposes, whether it is the conversation we are having, the entertainment, the leisure we have, the business development, whatever it may be. It is just at a click of a button that we have
Right.
easy solutions and we have easy answers. Social media has basically become an epicenter of our lives, and it not only influences how we look, the alpha generation, if you talk about, everything matters a lot, because if you talk about Instagram, just being an influencer on Instagram is a big in these days, where there is a lot of learning happening, a lot of intellectual stuff that can be actually shared with your co-partners by just being an influencer. It's not necessary that you have to be, the same age-old teacher, the age-old redundant methods of conveying, oh, I'm saying something, you need to listen. So when I say that social media has become the epicenter of our lives, it not only influences how we look, how we talk, how we work, and that we are wanting to learn. The students that I talk about, more and more educators, that is why they are integrating the capabilities of social media to engage into the pedagogy, to engage more learners, and of course to develop the educational framework. Because there are multiple intelligences. We have children, the student who learn through the auditory methods. We have students who learn through the visual methods. We have children who learn through the kinesthetics, and so on and so forth. So if we talk about social media, the audio visual aid that we get instantly is helping a lot, because the slow learners, if I talk about the online classes which were there, or the smart boards that we use in our classrooms, other than the content delivery of that interactive session or explanation that the teacher does physically, if you talk about the smart board and she connects it probably to a video, or probably to a music, a story, the child's receptivity is instant. And gradually what I've observed as a principal, when I assess and analyze, the retention is stronger than the verbal teaching, the explanation, or the interactive. So I think the alpha generation is very well said by Mrs. Rao, that they are self-focused learners. When you give them the platform, they are given, they're thrown to those troubled waters, if we call troubled waters, but they know how to navigate. They know how to access through it. So I think I very rightfully stand with the social media, but then we have the pros and the cons to start with.
That is so true what you said, yeah. Vishali ma'am, that is absolutely true what you said, and times are changing, and so are the generations. So I think it's about time that we need to, I think we need to get with the time now. So we have to look at the brighter picture. We have to look at the bright side. So whether we have cons attached to it or not, but we have to look at the bright side. So now I would like to come to Vaishali ma'am. So Vaishali ma'am, Vaishali Raut, academician Vaishali Raut ma'am. So if I would like to ask you the same question, so what according to you, and what in your opinion do you have to say that today's generation is relating with social media so much, even though they are being trolled, they are being judged constantly, but even then they are on social media. So what do you think is the reason behind that?
So, Rajni ma'am, thank you for inviting me to share my thoughts on this. First thing is, as ma'am also said, it's accessibility, availability in terms of not even a social background, economical background does not matter. So in their case, in this case, you have access to anything and everything at the time when you wish to. Secondly, because of pandemic, even parents and we became very comfortable with technology. And children also, children and parents understood that this is giving result. The video on concept, next time, clear
To everyone,
ये तो
else,
ऐसे ही है अटेंड करना जरूरी है मेरे को कोई अटेंड करना जरूरी नहीं कैन यू सी आई एम प्लेइंग गेम
can you please mute yourself, everyone? Arna Sunflower, there's a profile, someone with this name. Can you please mute yourself? Yes, Vaishali ma'am, you were saying.
yes. So suppose we showed them some video on particular concept through whichever platform it is. So child understand better and learn faster. And at the same time, we have observed that we get the expected outcome. That does not mean that in classroom it does not happen, but here child has his own space. So if he feel like he can go through it again, maybe in morning he read something, again he can read in the evening, or maybe at the time when he's fresh and he's comfortable with. Secondly, parents found this is a great, as we introduce number of apps, students apps, assessment. So for parents also, like education has become easier to approach, understand, and contribute. The parents who are not from education background used to feel that they are left out because either they are not able to understand today's method, or even if they understand, they don't have enough time and space to sit with child at particular time on a table and explain him something. So here is that flexibility is given. Secondly, as we always say, that all the children of next generation, or every time next generation is smarter. So their learning curve is very high. And naturally, if we don't give them next level of challenges and accessibility, they will remain hungry. And that will be challenge for us. So this social media platform and all accessibility to network and all has come at right time when children had a lot of time, and when they were not knowing what to do, we have diverted them to different level.
I mean, that is true, and also that's a really relatable answer. And as you said, that every other generation that comes after is smarter than the previous one. So having said that, I would also like to give credit to all women like you, mothers like you, principals like you, teachers like you, all because of you, it happens that the next generation becomes smarter, wittier, and wonderful. So now I would like to come to Principal Renu, who is looking very beautiful and is also waiting for her turn, I suppose. So Principal Renu ma'am, I would like to know from you that what do you think is the reason behind this generation being told on social media but still wants to be on social media regardless of the consequences?
Thank you, Rajni, for giving me this platform with all the eminent leaders sitting over here. So a very good evening to all present over here. Very beautiful. I'm like very relevant topic you picked up for this discussion. And within no time, even I said yes to be part of this entire session. So basically, you have we are going to discuss about the positive, aspect of the social media. So if I have to go with one line, I would say social media has taken the world by storm. So in terms of fastest way of learning, fastest way of communication, and definitely there's a huge drastic change which we all have seen through COVID-19. And that is, I think, the best example to serve and to discuss over here. And within no time, we have, updated ourselves, including parents, teachers, and all the community. I'm like all the communities, they are very, very much into it, and you cannot avoid it. We were left with no option other than this.
I think there's a
There's some
disturbance from Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the disturbance. Kiran Brar, someone named Kiran Brar. Ma'am, can you please mute yourself? There's a profile joined us with the name of Kiran Brar. Ma'am, can you please mute yourself? We are having disturbance from your side. Yes, ma'am, please go ahead. So sorry for the disturbance.
Thank you so much. So in continuation, I would say if I have to just see the downside, I would say it is far overweight social media usage. So as I was discussing, like recent times when we had faced this COVID-19, we all had to go with social media platform for learning. And if I have to take this recent example where Mumbai is raining cats and dogs, and again, people are, learning has not been stopped. So people are connected through different platforms of learning. Lot of apps, lot of concrete information. Why this is required and why it is essential, I would say, because it helps you to connect with a couple of clicks, right? Entire world you can connect very easily, lot of information and concrete information, where nowadays the kids are very smart, as you are talking about the alpha generation, wherein they are very much into research work, independent learning, not the very traditional kind. So they want to gather lot of information which is already available on the net, and on the basis of that they go for research work, and then they create your own data. Lot of data is available. If I talk about the different type of social media which we are using nowadays, it's whether it is website. So again, if I have to look through education sector, I would say that websites also helps us to know about different people using different methodology or different subject, what is new upcoming things in the market. So all those informations are very much available. And secondly, when you go for YouTube, lot of YouTube, like they were in the teachers, they are creating their own videos, and again there is a lot of people are into education and they're educating through different ways. So whatever you want, you get this through this platform. So here the students basically, I feel now they're not completely dependent on the teachers. I would say, I mean, like they feel that yes, they will get some initiative. They can take their own initiative to go into the depth and go for the research work, and how they can connect with the experts to get more knowledge, and this is how they can grow faster. And again, one more thing which I would like to highlight over here, that earlier we used to have textbooks which is very bland and very plain, but nowadays a lot of graphics, lot of animation which helps to lure the reading, lot of reading through social media. So you need not to force them to go on this platform. They on their own, they are very much attracted towards it. And I have to just say that if I have to look at the positive aspect, I think it is much more beneficial. I hope I have answered your query, right? Thank you.
Absolutely, you did, and you did it beautifully. And now the same question I would like to Principal Pratibha. Is Principal Pratibha there?
Yeah, of course I am here. Of course, Rajni, you can proceed.
Yeah. So, ma'am, the same question I would like to ask from you, and I would like to know your opinion. That why do you think today's generation, all the principals and all the panelists, they have put across their opinions, but now I would like to know from you. So why do you think the reason behind today's generation hyping social media so much?
Yeah. First of all, good evening to everyone. And this is a great experience to meet the different people from the different corners of our India. And it's good that everyone is sharing the experience, as we are all educators. So as per me, both social media and technology have become an indispensable part of our lives. So every individual, I can say from the very young age, or from the like toddlers or beginners, they are completely attached, or you can say connected to social media or media networks such as Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp. Even we all see that small kids, they are making their reels on social media. And the most
Yeah.
important thing is that students are using various online tools to cater to different requirements. It will, as per me, it will not be wrong to say that social media and education goes hand to hand in modern world. So, like communication and collaboration gets improved. The biggest advantage of social media is better communication. I mean to say, a student can connect to anyone at any point for their these you can say queries, doubts. Even in we in curriculum in schools, we have art integrated activities with the students how to go for research, analyze, observe. So for all these things, they get the concrete information online. So social media is, I can say, the best tool for both educators, students, parents, for all of us. Because wherever we are stuck, we immediately get connected to social media. Now, the educational benefits of social networking sites are also that help students prepare for important lessons and learn certain concepts. There are so many websites, like as we are actually interacting on social media, so we are exchanging our ideas, and these ideas we can circulate in our teaching, in our daily routine process. So this is also advantageous, because if 10 people are here, so 10 people have different ideas. Then
Right.
parental involvement. Social media helps parents stay involved in the child learning. Twitter, Facebook, they can connect with the teachers. So updated, as Renu ma'am rightly said, that during COVID times, we learn a lot. Actually, we were not prepared for all these type of teaching, this online mode of teaching, but still, it was a challenge for all of us, but we took it in a right way. That for the 2 years we were completely devoted to social media, and the results were good. Our teachers learned so much, even students learned so much. So projects work we were doing online, steam projects, other things. So it is, for me, it's really a helpful tool for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And also, I think there was this one principal who also said that I think she is traveling right now, if I'm not wrong. Okay, I don't think I'm getting a response from the principal side, but anyways, so now I would like to move to my my next question, which is a very important one, I guess. So let's start with you, Beena ma'am, again, and thank you so much for answering this very first question so wonderfully and making it so relatable with this generation. So now I would like to again come to Beena ma'am and know from you, ma'am. So in today's time, social media has become all about how you look. If you look good, you are good to be on social media, and if you don't look good, so you get trolled and people say nasty things to you, and they don't even care about how young you are, how old you are, whether you should be respected, or they don't care at all. So my question to you is, when social media has become all about how you look, how can we make it relatable for small children and small kids and students who are in school currently? Beena ma'am.
This is a very important question, that looks have become very, very important on social media. Like today, I'm sitting naturally here. I don't have any makeup on, and nor am I really concerned how I'm looking, because what I speak matters. In the same way, when the little ones, somebody is a little overweight, or somebody is, body shaming is coming up very, very, and it's creating a lot of trauma in the kids. I feel this is a negative about social media. And I feel as teachers and as principals, we have to prepare our children for to take this in, because we have to take in the good with the bad. And it is very, very important for us to be very clear that this is also a way of life in today's world. We can't do anything about it, because who trolls you, who's accessible, where, who writes something nasty to you, we don't know, and nor can you do anything about it. So in this way, it is creating a lot of mental anguish and a lot of mental health issues. I think we need to start mindfulness in our schools. We need to start training our teachers, our students, our parents, and what is mindfulness, and mental health issues need to be addressed. You know, young girls as young as 6 and 7, when they go on social media, if they're having a lesson, if they're having they want to keep the camera off because they are not very sure about how they look. And that's so sad. So we have to have a positive dialogue where this is concerned. And the more positive the dialogue we have, and more of us takes it upon ourselves to have this positive dialogue, definitely the negative and the positive will somewhere, the positive will become more than the negative. That's what I feel. We can't do anything about the negative. So if we are positive about it, then we train our children in such a manner, we condition our children in such a manner that it really doesn't matter what people say. What you feel is right, is the best that you can do about it. Because there is so much that we can do and there is so much that we can't do. It's their life after all. So we have to take this as a way of life right now. And mindfulness is something that we need to work on in our schools. We have to be mindful of how we speak. We have to be mindful about the way we react. We have to be more responsive than reactive. All this has to be taken into consideration as and when we talk about social media. Now, the previous principal gave a very good example. I'm just having some water. The previous principal gave a very good example that we all are sharing our views. So when we have a classroom like this, where we share our views, maybe in the evenings, we can take a class like this and talk about all the negatives and give the ideas to the children that these are negatives and this is positive. You know, kids are kids, and they may be alpha generation or generation X, but at the same time, they're human beings. And somewhere or the other, it reaches out to them that yes, they know consciously what is right and what is wrong. So though we can't stop it happening, but we can definitely make a try.
Yeah, I mean, you brought up such important topics about mental health, mindfulness, which I think needs to be highlighted in today's time, especially in the day and age of social media, where everything is all about trolling and making turning a positive thing into a negative one. So thank you so much for that. So now I would like to come to Jyoti ma'am. So Principal Jyoti, I would like to know from you that, you know, in the times of social media where everything has become about how you look, what you wear, which brand do you wear, if you wear clothes from, you know, a small shop, so they are not considered, those kind of clothes are not considered to be cool in, within the generation Alpha and generation Z. So what do you have to say about that? You know, how can we make it relevant to today's generation?
Actually, I'm sorry to come in here. I shouldn't be coming in when you're talking to Jyoti. But you know, today it's more in not to be branded, as we call it, and to be yourself. So that is passe. Like if they say it's more fashionable to not to drink than to drink, to be drug free rather than to take drugs. So the generation Alpha also knows that. So this question that you asked, to wear the latest brands and all, people are going on their own, and you know, there was a time when we, at our generation, when we respected people who were doing really well, as we called it, earning so much salary and they're the CEO. But today, if you're doing your own thing and you're happy within your skin, whatever you're wearing, however you are, I think people respect you more for that.
Mhm. I mean, that is true. That is absolutely true. But you know, ma'am, I think these are the things that probably you can understand, we can understand, but the small generation, the students who are studying in schools and colleges, they might not be able to understand this thing with such maturity. They might they would say that yes, we understand, but they would not really understand the fact that not wearing branded clothes is considered cool as well. So what do you have to say about that, Jyoti ma'am, that how can we make social media relevant to today's generation?
I think this question suits me because I'm one social media buff myself. And I would definitely agree to the mindset, that children are growing with, and will not deny that even with the people of our age, though we talk about maturity, we talk about sensibility, that we've crossed an age and we understand, the phases of life we've been through. But still, what I believe is the formative years in which the children are given to us in the school, whether we are teachers or we are the leaders, we need to understand that the plinth needs to be strong. The roots need to be strong. And then, of course, we can talk about the wings and wherever they would want to propel. So if I talk about very specifically about the brands per se, I think we, the educators, need to make them understand that anybody can look beautiful, because beauty is the radiance of your soul. Beauty is not superficial, where what brand are you wearing, what makeup are you applying. I see so many people who stand in a particular posture, and then this sentence come, "मैं पतली लग रही हूँ ना." How does that matter whether you are, you know आप मोटे हो, आप पतले हो, is not the concern. The concern is how confident you are under your skin. And very rightfully said when Bina ma'am was talking, it is your thoughts, it is the mind, it is your ideas. When you are talking, what are you talking? Is it making sense or is it not? Because the material things, if we talk about the makeup, the jewelry, how you look with the filters, the children are so crazily into it. But then we are responsible. Children, the alpha generation or generation X, is not responsible, because the people, the grown-ups, the teachers, the leaders, the parents, the uncles, the aunts, we are totally over and over again, weight reduce करो, नहीं ये बहुत काली है, नहीं इसकी हाइट छोटी है, इसके ऊपर ये बाल सूट नहीं करते हैं. आप इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स कर देते हो बच्चे के थॉट प्रोसेस को, when the child is going through those formative years of learning what is right and what is wrong. There is nothing that is right and that is wrong, as far as you are confident about yourself, what you are speaking and what you are thinking. So when you are there on social media, they have to be so well groomed about being trolled, if that is the pressure they carry, that how many likes will I get, how many comments will I get. No, that is not important. If I talk about, there are sometimes my post, I have students around, most of them on my Facebook and Instagram. There is just 10 people coming over or 15, and at times it's like 100 and 150. That is not important. Important is, what are you wanting to say? What are you wanting to convey? And how confident are you about using this media as a medium of communication? If I want to say something, this becomes as a medium for me. This is not about, oh, my looks all the time. I need to be presentable. That's it. I need not to be so particular about everything other than what am I speaking and what am I communicating, or how am I interacting with people. Plus the pressures, a child gets so much into the pressure about the likes, about the trolls. So we talk about the life skills. What is a life skill? Like, the child should know to deal with the real world, the real time people, the real situations. And I think social media give that platform. If I'm not accepted, I should be trained as a student to accept that every time whatever I will speak will not be received well by the people opposite to me. So It is their perspective, their understanding. You need not to be worried and into that kind of a mindset. Oh, I said something, I should be applauded. Oh, I said something, I should be receiving the cheers every time. So, you know, I think we, the educators, need to groom them more. We, as parents, need to groom them more. The world will appreciate us automatically as students.
So true and so beautifully said. And so well put together, ma'am. Thank you so much for your beautiful answer. So now, also, I would like to say that what happens is, we can talk a lot about social media and its impact on children in today's time. But I think you principals, as what we can do in schools is we can give children some extra classes, that zero period that we have before assembly. So what we can do is we can give a few minutes extra classes where we can teach children to basically learn how to use social media as a tool and not get impacted by all the trolls and all the negative comments, all the likes and good comments as well. And we can tell them how can we use it as a tool and bring a change in the world with the help of social media. I think such classes can make a great impact. And now, having said that, I would like to come to Vishali ma'am. So, Vishali ma'am, I would like to ask the same question to you. So, what can we do differently so that we can make social media relevant to today's generation who is so insecure after looking at a very beautiful pic might be edited with so many filters in social media, and they might think that, oh, I don't look as beautiful as this picture, if someone else is looking. So what can we do on that area?
First thing is we have to educate our children about how to use social media and make them psychologically and mentally ready. So what I speak, it's not required that everyone who listens will agree with me. So we should be agree to disagree. Yeah. Or likes, dislikes and all. So first thing we have to make them mentally prepared, because if child is not prepared to get some negative comment or dislike or something not appreciated, then it might affect him in future in terms of confidence and his relationship with his peers, as well as what he is looking on social media. He will restrict himself. Oh, let me not go on Facebook because again something will happen, someone will laugh. So that can be avoided by educating them basically. Secondly, social media as well as internet, there are a number of things available. So sometimes children are not getting exact direction that what I'm looking for and where I'm going. So I'll give an example of even us as teachers and principal. If I have to find something as a platform for something which I am looking for, suppose I am looking for collaboration. But in meanwhile, I got to know about quizzing. And then I start, okay, let me do this first and move ahead. So we have to mark clearly or define clearly that what platforms we are going to use. Not every and any platform I get to know has to be utilized at that point of time. Today, if I have to deliver the lecture as a teacher, then one platform is okay. Collaboration number 2, research number 3, like that we can choose. So in case of children also it is happening that they are not able to define that what I am going for. When they are seeing something, they switch over to something else and then they comment or they like, dislikes, whatever, or they carry some opinion with the half of the information or knowledge. So which should not go adversely to the child's mindset. And therefore, we need to keep educating them continuously. For this, we can conduct some of the sessions for parents and students in school itself, as well as even CBSE has given a lot of guidelines for that. So that is one part. Secondly, this is the time when in a teenage, we have to ask them that what you would like to present yourself as a personality. So once they understand the individuality, personality, attitude, confidence, then what he believes or she believes, then the clothes and brands become less important. So that is all external factor.
Yeah.
First, you define your internal factor. So internal factors is clear that I would like to tell the story. Now, definitely storyteller means I would like to be a storyteller. Now, whether I wear a sari or I wear something else does not make difference for them. So that is one thing. Secondly, children, whenever go on social media, they get carried away with other than the other attraction, as well as they forget that what I was looking for. So we need to give them a time frame. That in this much time you find out this or complete this quiz or find this presentation or search this information, prepare your PPT. Otherwise, what will happen? They will stop thinking independently and only search and copy, paste and apply. So we as a new generation should not lose, as an academician, what we want that our new generation should be independent thinker and should find their own ways, not depend on everything which is on net. So previously we used to find anything and everything as an adult as well as a child. Now children just go in Google. Why? They don't want to think that whether I can find out from some other way. Even GPS had made people not to remember the roads now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a simple thing that even if you have GPS, don't start. You try to memorize left, right, and go ahead. So I feel that is one also a aspect.
So thank you so much, Vishali ma'am, for such an amazing answer. You know, you rightly said that social media is, especially, you know, not just social media, this internet is making life easy, but it is also taking a lot away from us. So with that, I would like to come to Principal Renu. So Renu ma'am, what would you like to say? And what do you have to say about the fact that, you know, how can we make social media relevant for today's generation when it's all about looks, brands, you know, travel, where you are going for the vacation. So all about that. So how can you make it relevant? And also, does shows like Fun Kids India help in making it relevant and making it a platform for them?
Yeah. So I think most of the people, the speakers have already mentioned all the good points, which are very much relevant. But here I would say social media is, I think it has no geographical boundaries. So they are getting, again, a lot of connection. What is required is to supervise them, monitor them, their activities, wherein this role comes to the parent as well as the teachers, of course. So here this tracking is required, and at the same time we need to counsel them as and when required. So this is the first thing wherein schools are doing this. There are several programs which are running in the school based on these, aspects. And here you need to educate the child. What is wrong? What is right? So earlier we had only 5 subjects. Now we can calculate on n number of things which are added, and which is actually related to all these life skills, soft skills and all. So we talk about holistic development, wherein again, when it is, the beauty is not about your skin or color or any kind of, a specific part. It is about exactly how you present yourself, how you, if you have something, how you carry it away. So this is something which is, we are teaching the kids exactly, you have to concentrate what is best in you, you need to portray that. So kids are now, they are learning through these kind of social medias, wherein they're learning from each other. So if I have to look from the positive aspect, I feel that yes, there are a lot of things are very much influential, but again, a lot of learning also by seeing others and exactly what is happening around. So they're very much updated. If you're talking about the brands also, there's something good, that's why they have brand, right? So there is again something which is called learning. So it is not about, okay, everybody can afford the brand, but yes, you can at least match the brand. If it is not, then if I have to take one example, Brook Brothers, no, then fine, we'll go with Ellen Solly or we'll go with something else. So this is how things are happening. Even if kids are aware, okay, my parent cannot afford this, so he will try to match up. So you have to make them understand exactly what is required for them and how you can achieve whatever you want in life, what is important for you. That education is very much important. And secondly, you need to educate the children. You need to you need to educate them about the cyberbullying, which is again a very important thing. Cyber stalking, the girls, the boys, they are in on Instagram, because they block the parents, and they block their teachers, and they go on sharing all those stuff. But again, this is something which comes to us as educators, academicians, principals, teacher, parents, everybody, all this all the stakeholders who are connected through each other, and we need to educate as and when required. So something which we cannot control it, we cannot say no to it. There are a lot of apps wherein you can, for the smaller kids, you can go for, so at least they cannot reach to the sites which are actually harmful. So here the apps are there. You need to use the technology to keep track them and educate them, and you need to teach them about the cyber security, all those things, because we cannot avoid technology now. We cannot avoid these digital era. We cannot avoid these sites and devices. So something which I can go ahead with is you need to educate them. That is the only thing which we can help them out.
I mean, that is absolutely true. Education, I think back in the day was also relevant, and education in today's time is also relevant, and it will always be relevant. So if you want to bring a change, we need to educate us, future generation, past generation, whoever. I think education can create the magic. And now with that,
it's constantly evolving, so you cannot go back. You have to go with the pace. I'm like, this is what is required with the alpha generation, and we can see that it is going, the graph is going upward. We cannot bring them down.
Yeah, true, absolutely. And now, lastly, I would like to come to Pratibha ma'am. So Pratibha ma'am, what would you like to say? I mean, how can we bring a change in children's attitude of not taking social media too seriously, but rather using it to change the world and to make the world a better place?
Yes, Rajni, as per me, we need to cultivate soft skills in the students. Like students in this generation are going to need classroom experiences with soft skills, such as, like, for example, dealing with their own behavior and the behavior of others, physical interactions with others, goal setting. So this has to be two-way process. Like parents, teachers, along with the parents, they have to be in such a collaboration, or have to be connected to develop the holistic development of a child. Like, I'll give you an example. I have in my curriculum, I have one program that is school cinema, where we have the movies which are related to the teenagers, about bullying, about cyberbullying, then how to present yourself, then teenage, when you enter the teenagers, how you have to be with your peer, then peer pressure. And secondly, what I have included in my assemblies, that are special assemblies, life skill based. Like we recently we did assembly that bullying and teasing. So when we involve our students in preparing a skit, in doing the research about all these issues which are coming in their way, maybe their attitude, behavior, or related to the social media, so they learn, they get involved in it, what is good and what is bad. So this is our responsibility to be like, if I am a principal of the school, I have to like, I have to make myself as I'm also a student. I have to think about what student, how they face challenges, because we all have crossed this age. We were also teenagers. And we have crossed that stage of adolescence. So whatever I feel, I don't have to blame the child, that because हमने जब पढ़ा था, we were in traditional studies. Now the era has changed. Now there is, everything has changed. So what we have to put ourselves at a position of a student. Now this is our responsibility, how we will groom, how we will groom polish their social, their soft skills. So I think the best way is to prepare such a curriculum along with the curriculum which is already there by approved by CBSE. We can do so much. But the thing is
Yeah.
that the planning should be there, and we have to be not so friendly, but at times we have to be friendly with our students also to take out them from this I can say these problems. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Pratibha ma'am. And also, that's beautiful what you said about, including things in your assembly. That's a great way. So thank you so much for that. And also thank you so much for your answer. So now I would like to also welcome the founder and CEO of FunKids India, Mr. Gagan Rana himself. So he is here to give us a small presentation on FunKids India Season 2. So, sir, over to you.
Thank you very much, Rajni. I really welcome all the amazing principals we have today. And a couple of them couldn't join for a certain reason, but it's glad that a few of them have joined. And again, we have our principal. We're expecting 7, but that's good. And the presentation is about, I think a few of them already been here, so I'll be quick for them. But a couple of maybe few principals are new, so just a quick one to take them through what we had. But I think I really, happy to listen to all the comments and the social media challenges. Right, the key takeaway for me is the courses, the training, the tools. So I don't know, we have those tools in school at the moment or not. We have the courses in the school at the moment or not, but we should have. If we have those ones, then we can put into a curriculum and train our children and the parents as well, how to handle that, and teachers as well, so that we have a balanced and holistic child for the country. Okay. So I'll move. So I think we've been through agenda already. I'm just going to go through this presentation. So as you know, we are just not the entertainment education company. We are entertainment company as well. And this is FunKids India, and we are safe digital home for kids. And we make our own programs, which are universal rated programs, and we triple wax all the programs we make. And even this program PTS is again family oriented, kids oriented for the learning as well. And we have our own reality show which we have produced, so which we're going to talk about in a minute. And we have a studio, and you can meet our anchor and artist. We have actors, singer, dancers, all in the panel who are artists by themselves. Okay, these are 5 things we do. We talk about India's emerging talent, the Hunar Ko Pehchan, and we were the social media partner, official media partner for the Education Excellence Conclave, where we met many of you over there. It was an amazing event, and Rajni hosted that, and the Principal Talk Show, we do that. And Principal Talent Show is coming soon, season 2. And we do make our own songs as well. So probably, Rajni, let's try to play this one today. Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so season 1, this is the recording. This is the judges for the season 1. I won't go into detail, but you can see the names, Ada, Delnaz, and Soumya and me, and few clips up there for the IIT season 1. You can see there's finale 1, we did this one, and then we started for season 2, IET, India's Emerging Talent. Salim is the host, and I think we are just checking with him at the moment. So I think, he's a great artist, and he is a grand finale judge. And these are kind of 4 categories we have: acting, singing, dancing for reality show. Please let your children participate in this one. It'll be good. And we've been through almost half of our journey. We've been to Bareilly, Badhain, Noida, Ghaziabad, Sahabad, Haryana. We've been to Jammu as well, other places, IDRS and Dehradun. And we are targeting now Mumbai. Mumbai is offline event, which is 31st of July. It's a Moonshine studio in Andheri West. And then we have a Delhi as well. For everybody, we're doing Delhi audition on 28th of August. So please be ready if you're in Delhi. So we will see you up here. And we'll also cover Gurugram as well. Chandigarh, Jaipur, Lucknow, Kolkata, Navi Mumbai, and again, they are all planned. And online auditions are going on every week. So please, if you are a different state, different city, any city in India, you can audition. Okay, you can audition. Please let us know, and we are happy to help you. Then we have semi-finale in September and the grand finale on 25th September in Delhi. So that's the date, and it looks like it's a confirmed date now. We just checked close with the Salim Merchant, and this looks like a good date for us. So be ready for the finale and the semi-finale as well. Okay, these are three age groups we have in the reality show. One is toddlers, one is teens, and one is kids. So age you can see 2 to 4, 5 to 12, and 13 to 19 years of age. And there were 3 winners across the Pan India and at international level as well, because we're covering Australia, now Dubai, US, UK, and Germany, and Canada as well. And the other thing is city top 3 is very important for anyone of you who are listening, even in Punjab. You can if we audition in there in your city, then there's we'll announce a city top 3, which will be a good name to fame for any of your children and your school and anybody who participates. And for more, you can go to our website, funkids.in/IIT season 2. These are a few media coverage, press conferences, me and Astak and the K-Down, again, press conference. And so there's news cutting for our media coverage for various schools, Ghaziabad, and this is Haryana. One is for Badhayu. And this is our DPSG international audition, 21st of November last year. This is Naina Chawri ma'am Behind audition, 60 plus students she gave for the audition. That was amazing. We had a lovely day with that. And the benefits of school, international nationwide marketing and promotion, great opportunity for your management, staff, and students to have a good time and proud moments, and enhance skills of your students by helping them to compete in the international talent hunt reality show. So great opportunities is seen as a cultural activities for supporting school in your city, not just other academic, padai. You are giving a balanced child. So in the balance, you have to have these extracurricular activities included. And if you want, then your child will not be a balanced one, and there will be a problem and other emotional imbalances in them. So we have to have a groom a good generation for this country. And free of cost marketing from our side, and we're going to give you full support. What we need to be just keep a standee and backdrop in your location, like receptions, put some hoarding, engage your kids, engage your market your one, because if they win, you also win with them. And you promote IIT where you can. So now we had the early bird one, which is now finished with the price. So if you want to register for an audition, you go to the funkids.in IIT season 2 website, and then the audition fee is $599, which is now finished. Sorry, it's $999 at the moment. So if still 50% discount, please log in and register your child. If you are if your school, for example, in Punjab or any other state, you can do hybrid audition as well in year 1, where we don't have to come. We'll just take audition in Zoom for various students. And there's payment details up there as well. Okay, if you want to contact us, these are numbers, and we have studio in here in London as well. Okay, any questions from anyone? Nope. Okay, I think we're covering. I think we are talking to a few of you anyways, isn't it? On Mumbai auditions, and even from Punjab, we're talking to you, Veena ma'am, as well. So.
I just wanted to tell you that we've created a group for principals, but if something exciting could be told to them, like you're explaining to us, if some video or something could explain to them, they don't know why that group has been created.
Okay, fine. I think I'll put a voice message maybe in there, maybe my video or something. So
yeah, I would be grateful for that.
Okay, fine. I'll do that. I think we have 35 principals up there in the group of that. Okay, we'll talk about it.
Kind of you.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a minute. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'm really pleased that we have such amazing principal over here giving their comments
and I must congratulate you that you're picking up very good topics in which so many principals are coming together and sharing their views, which is really, really encouraging. And we come to know what each other is thinking about. And that's how we can go forward. So heartiest congratulations for that.
Absolutely. I know. And for your information, like this topic, it came from the PTS anyways, because when we were having the earlier PTS sessions, you have raised about social media concerns. So that, picked up from there actually. So, we put our antenna ups and make sure that we listen to your conversation and we just come up with the current relevant issues or topics where we can talk about. So all our topics are amazing, isn't it? We talk about the real issues at the moment and really bring change and guidance from your end. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Beena ma'am, this is, as you said, we are able to connect. That is one more benefit of this social media. So at least we can meet experts and we can share the knowledge. And that is how the learning is happening. And we should look forward to have more meetings, these kind of, discussions, which will benefit the entire society. Thank you, Gagan sir, for inviting us. And hopefully we'll connect again for your different programs which you are going to organize.
So thank you so much to all the principals and all. Yes, Jyoti ma'am wants to say something.
Yeah, so as Renu ma'am just now expressed about the social media, I think I just want to conclude the topic being so, we all are sitting here. I think none of us thought of the brands we are wearing. None of us thought about, oh, how do I look in front of the camera? We're just being, very confident about ourselves. Importantly, what we are wanting to talk, what we are wanting to share, and what we are wanting to take back after the discussion. That is, I think, the beauty that we need to pass on to the generation. We are so blessed to lead, and take them ahead. So if we agree on this platform, I think we can pass it on to the students. I'm confident about that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so we are being all friendly in today's episode. I'm going to come to you, Vishali ma'am. So we are being all friendly in today's episode, but soon we are going to come up with Principal's Talent Show, where all of you are going to compete each other, and there will be no friendliness and all this, this camaraderie that we are having right now will not be there, because we'll be competing. All the principals will be competing with each other and showcasing their talent and skills, and all the finalist kids and teens, they will be judging you. So all the spotlight will be on you. So just I would like to say that just get ready for the big competition that is coming on your way, and soon we'll be also releasing the promo. So sir, we can also share that promo as well on the group, in the group, so that the principal can also know about the talent show. And yes, Shali ma'am wanted to say something.
Yeah, just to add to what ma'am said, that even we did not even thought about that what are our views, will be accepted or not. We all have a different exposure and our locations are different. Maybe we are working with the different social background of the parents and teachers, but still when we come on the same platform, we learn from each other, and we even take home the whatever message we get from it. And this is what is the of social media, and we have to inculcate that in our students.
True.
I am thankful to Mr. Gagan for inviting me for this show.
My pleasure, ma'am. It's amazing, because we learned so much from all these PTS shows. Because you have so much experience and knowledge and advice and guidance, which really just not helping us, but these shows are helping so many children as well. And people give me all the feedback. You're doing amazing work, amazing feedback, and amazing learning from these shows they get. Just not entertainment, but learning as well at the same time. So that's so nice. So yeah, I want to play. We have made this song, which which I like to play, because we always forget about it. But I think I'll just want to play this one. Just enjoy. हम आज जो भी बन पाए हैं, आपकी मेहरबानी है। जो सपने सच कर दिखाए हैं, आपकी मेहरबानी
जीना सिखाया अपने होमवर्क के बहाने ईश्वर का रूप हो सर्दी की धूप हो तुमसे ही आगे बढ़ता ये जहां ज्ञान के सागर हो सच के साथी हो teachers we can't thank you enough teachers तुमसे ही है जहां teachers we can't thank you enough teachers तुम ही हो मेरे भगवान तुम्हारा शुक्रिया तुम मेरे भगवान लिखना पढ़ना आगे बढ़ना सीखा तुमसे तुम्हारा एहसान है मुझ पे सदा जीना सिखाया मैंने होमवर्क के बहाने ईश्वर का रूप हो सर्दी की धूप हो teachers we can't thank you enough teachers तुमसे ही है जहां teachers we can't thank you enough teachers तुम ही हो मेरे भगवान
Such beautiful song. So
Yeah.
thank you to all the principals for being here. It was such a beautiful song dedicated to all of you. You know, this song actually shows what you mean, not just to your student, but actually to the world.
Thank you so much.
So thank you so much again for being here. We'll see you in another episode, and thank you for being such a great panel. It was so lovely talking to all of you and listening to your views and opinions. So we'll be back with another episode, guys. You have to stay tuned to Fun Kids India and also to Principals Talk Show. We'll be back with another episode next Thursday. Stay tuned and keep us watching.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah.